What's up, everybody? We back in here. I haven't made one of these videos. It's been a while, but football season's in full swing. College football is about to have the second week already. NFL season start this weekend. So as you know, Team Ravens all day. This is my hat I got doing the Ravens last Super Bowl victory. I got Ed Reed and Ray Lewis to sign this hat for me. I tried to get Joe Flacco to do it, but Joe was the MVP and he was too busy. But anyways, back to where I'm trying to make this blog. This really is going to focus on Maryland Terrapins right now because I am so proud of my Terps. This team has been through hell and back. These kids have been through a lot. So it's really impressive. Like, I've seen NFL teams dealt with the kind of distraction this Maryland football team has dealt with and totally stunk it up their first game. Like, stunk it up. Look unfocused, look unprepared, don't look hungry enough. But none of those things I can say about this Maryland team. These kids, they were ready, they look prepared, they look hungry, and quite frankly, they put on a show for everyone out there that really love and care for TERPS football like I do. I'm super passionate about Maryland football. So anybody out there who was talking about, oh, cut the football program because of what happened with Jordan McNair, R.I.P. Jordan, you people are idiots. You people are motherfucking bastards. We don't need you guys in Terp Nation. Quite frankly, you guys are not Terps. I don't care if you go to Maryland. If you're out there, really one of those people that's out there pushing the narrative about canceling the whole football program, you guys are idiots. I don't listen to not everything you say after that it becomes invalid to me because you're a complete idiot. If you know how many people it takes to make a football program goes and you're gonna punish everybody in there, or because of maybe one mess up by the training staff. This has nothing to do with Durkin. As you know, I'm with Durkin type of guy. I'm still with Durkin. I'm gonna be with Durkin. Maryland football will not find a better young coach, as hungry, as motivated to kick some Ohio State, Penn State ass annually than DJ Durkin. It's gonna take a different type of motherfucker to walk in Maryland College Park and make Maryland a contender. DJ Durkin is that motherfucker. Alright? He's not going to take a nice guy. He's not going to take it. And we just happen to have the nicest guy, which is Durkin. The guy's as motivated, as hungry, as passionate as he is nice. So to hear all these rumors going on about his character is just absolutely, it's crushing. Because I've met the guy. The guy is absolutely, it's a loving guy who cares about, who's passionate about Maryland football. And for a non-alum, it's amazing to find a guy like that who really want the job, because you have to want this job to be good at Maryland football. Because first of all, it's hard to recruit locally. Even though we stay in a very fruitful area in terms of high school football talent, Maryland football has never been able to get those kids. We have good academics. Somehow kids just don't go to Maryland. So for Durkin to come in this building, when we hired him like 3-4 years ago, and for him to change the whole narrative, before now it's okay, now it's cool to local kids to go to Maryland. Before, the idea of going local was just not many top local kids wanted to do that. It would take the kids that nobody else want out of state, they end up staying home. So it's kind of good to see those times are changing, and that's because of Durkin. You people be taking stuff like that for granted. I'm one of those people that remember not too long ago, Maryland was literally a trash can. And we had to sell our soul to Locks to come back so he can be a recruiter. And the thing with Locks had too many ego. When Durkin got the job, the first thing Durkin did was walk right into Locks' office and tell him, look, I know you've been an interim coach. However, these guys here loved you. All these kids here love you. Most of them you recruited. I need you to stay on my staff. You can be an offensive coordinator or work with whoever offensive coordinator I'm going to bring in here, but I'm going to make you work hand in hand with him, but I need you to stay. This guy, Locks, looked at the picture and said nope, and he bolted and went to Alabama. Because why? He wanted to kick Maryland's ass in recruiting. And that's his own personal vendetta he has against the school. Locks was never going to get this job. The guy's never won any football games at any kind of level. So I don't give a shit what anybody said. Locks will never be a head coach at Maryland football because he's just not a good head coach. Some guys are just meant to be offensive coordinators or assistant or recruiters. Like Locks is a great recruiter. But as a coach, hell motherfucking no, bro. I don't want him around anywhere close to Maryland football or any football team that I give a damn about. No. Recruiting? Yeah. Assistant? Yeah. Offensive corner? Even that? Yeah. Because even Alabama, he hasn't really made it work. He has so much talent, he just makes it look easy. But believe me, I watch Alabama plays. Their offensive are not creative. They struggle to move the ball, and guys just break tackles and just make plays. Because why? Those niggas are 5-star athletes. So that's understandable. But his offense in Maryland will be shithole in the Big Ten. We'll get strangled, as it was when he was our interim coach. So back to this team. I'm looking at the schedule. First of all, I knew we were going to beat Texas. All right? Because when I look at this Maryland 2-deep team, I guarantee you people, Maryland to me, based on the 2-deep, I watch every football game that goes on here all the time. I follow every Big Ten school. When I watch the rosters, Maryland 2-deep, they have the most NFL. They have a top 5 roster when it comes to pure talent, guys that could potentially be in the NFL. When I look at it 2-deep, I see at least 15 pros. That's 22 guys. I see 15 pros in that 2-deep, and that is saying a lot. Only Ohio State, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Penn State are the only 4 teams that I can put ahead of Maryland when it comes to our talent. Guys who down the road could be legit NFL players. I ain't talking about guys who just make it to the 7th round. I'm talking about guys who make it and stick in the league for a few years. And it's up to them how long they go. You know what I'm saying? But Maryland got a lot of talent, people. Durkin, Beatty, AR, these guys have done the groundwork recruiting. And some of these guys weren't even highly recruited. Like one of my favorite players on the team is Rayvon Davis. This guy is one of the least highly recruited guys. He's a walk-on. Nobody wanted him. He was in Last Chance U, if I can remember, a few seasons back. So to see this guy go from a walk-on to a starter, and now I'm hearing NFL scouts mention his name as a guy who could possibly get drafted, the guy can cover. Rayvon can fucking cover. Tino Ellis, another guy who came in as a wide receiver. In 3 years, this guy is one of the best corners in the Big Ten, and possibly around the country. But it's just one game. But Tino had one of the best weeks I've saw a Maryland cornerback had in a long time. I'm talking about the guy was focused. He looked hungry. If you want to be a top level corner, every rep matters. Every snap matters. Every play, even when the play don't come to you, is the things you do during the play matters. Shows scouts, shows NFL GMs. This guy right here is a next level type of nigga. Tino Ellis is the next level type of motherfucker. That kid is gonna play in the league. Brooks, another kid who many schools didn't want. The only school that wanted him after his injury was Buffalo, and I feel like Buffalo stuck in it because they saw what kind of animal the kid was when he was healthy for Duval. That's the only kid I ever saw went into Roosevelt and give Rose work by him goddamn self. That Duval team wasn't loaded. They didn't have anybody. This kid could, if this kid can throw the ball and run back and caught it to himself, he can do that. That kid did everything for Duval. So it never surprised me anything that Antoine Brooks Jr. do in college. I saw it coming. I said if this kid get back to being healthy, he was going to really show people this kid is legit. I watched him in high school. I was like, dude, this kid is a monster. Like, he's a monster. Running, throwing, linebacker, corner, safety. This kid did it all for Duval. He was a freaking monster. And I knew if you get to the right team around a coach and a system that believe in him and give him time to get healthy, this kid is going to be a monster. And so he's proving me right. But if you look up and down this roster, a lot of these guys are locally guys, East Coast guys that Durkin bring in since he came in. And that to me, some of these guys weren't highly recruited. Some of these guys were like high 2 stars or low 3 stars. And this Maryland staff have done a hell of a job developing this guy. You know, like hell of a job. Like, you don't understand the amount of work it takes for a guy like Tino Ellis in less than 4 years to go from a 4-star wideout, highly recruited wide receiver, for him to walk into a college park and a freshman year and they look at him like, we think he can be a better corner. And for them to be right, that to me is all about scouting. Scouting, knowing your guys, knowing who you get in recruiting, knowing what to recruit. And this Maryland staff has done a great job finding gems. Jay-Sean Jones is another guy who many Florida's big schools just ignored. They quite frankly ignored the kid until the very end when they all want to rush in there. But good thing, shout out to his mom, Nicole. That family proved to be very loyal. You know what I'm saying? They're very loyal to Terp Nation because that kid, Nebraska, almost came in the last minute to snatch him. And the Terp staff did whatever they did. They did a great job closing that deal, getting that kid. This kid is not just a stud freshman. This kid is going to be a program changer. He's like what Stephon Diggs was for us locally. Jessel Jones is going to be a program changer for us down in Florida. This kid is going to be such a freaking star that when we go down Florida, recruit kids who are Florida State say no, you're not good enough to. Florida say you're not good enough to. Or Miami say you're not good enough to. Maryland can walk in and be like, kid, come to Maryland. You can be a freaking star. And those kids will start eating up those words. Because we've done it. We've done it. Not just him. William Likely. We've made these kids who from Florida, who other big schools in Florida ignored, and we made them become stars. So Maryland can really take that. This kid could be a program changer. And I watched him talking about his touchdowns over the weekend, and the kid just sounded like a leader. He's a program leader. That's what Stephon Diggs was. That was the kind of guy where high school recruits who come on campus to come visit, they meet him, it's a game changer. Guys just feel some type of way when they meet a guy like that. And this kid is like that. You know what I'm saying? So Maryland got him. And watching one of the big things I got away from that Texas game was the health of Kasim Hill. That to me is the biggest ceiling this team has. He doesn't look 100 because I can tell when he runs he's still a little bit slow. He's not really his full, like he's not Kasim Hill. All right, he's not what he is. This kid is a monster. Okay, especially running, he's a monster. I've seen him run at Gilman. He's a freaking monster. He's a truck. All right, he hasn't been doing that, and he's way bigger than he was in high school. So you give this kid time to get his legs underneath him. This kid got an arm, bro. Kasim Hill has a pro NFL first round pick arm talent. All right. Now he's always been a very smart kid, a cerebral kid, cerebral kid, a very smart kid. Sometimes I get my words too. I speak a little bit fast, but smart wise, this kid IQ is right up there. He knows the game. He knows the playbook. You give this kid by like week 4, watch out, Big Ten, watch out, because then he'll just getting wet. He's just getting his feet wet underneath him. You just watch. It's gonna be crazy. And one of the other things I take away from this Texas game is my Canada offense. Now his play calling got a little bit too conservative. What he was trying to avoid mistakes too much as the game went on. And I won't say conservative because he was still calling plays to move the chains. However, when you have a lead against a big team, especially in the Big Ten, he needs to learn this right now. You ain't gonna sit on the ball against Ohio State, Penn State, and them niggas. You are not gonna do it. Maryland is not good enough to hold up on defense like they did against Texas. First game, that's the only reason why I feel like we won that game. Later on in the season, guys are gonna be too tired. We're not gonna be able to hold up. So this guy needs to learn. When you have a chance to step on niggas' throat, you don't just step on their throat. You put a knife through their fucking throat. You slit their head, decapitate these motherfuckers. All right. We had a chance 3 times. This niggas gave us the ball with a turnover, and the offense pretty much spluttered and just do stupid shit. I don't know what they were doing, but it wasn't pretty football. It wasn't what they were doing in the first quarter to get the lead. They came out ready to put Texas on their ass, and they did that. But then they rest on their laurels. You can't do that in the Big Ten. You guys who play in the toughest division in football, you gotta bring it every fucking minute, every fucking play, every fucking quarter. All right, my Canada. Other than that, I love your play call. I love the fact that you involve the playmakers. Texas was selling out to stop the inside run. We said, cool. If that was Will Bell, his dumb ass would have kept trying to run in there. And before you know, our quarterback is tearing his ACL. I can't stand that guy, man. As you saw with Florida State, his first game at Florida State, that guy offense killed our defense all these years. Maryland has always had talent on defense, but you can't tell. Because while Bell's defenses are being out there, his offense is going 3 and out so quick. Our defense been out there dying. And in the Big Ten, when you guys big man leaning on you all the time, that shit ain't gonna rock. That shit all it would go. Any team would suffer, especially a Maryland team that never had the depth anyways on the D-line or linebacker to sustain that kind of pounding they be facing all the time. Well, their offense is a hit and miss. When it's good, it scores in 1 minute, but then your defense suffer. When it's bad, it's 3 and out in 30 seconds, and your defense shit. So thank God he's out of here. And Mike Cannon is a lot more experienced. He's the type of guy, when he goes against a team like Ohio State, and he see clearly Ohio State has a game plan to stop his game plan, he would deviate and come up with an opposite game plan to attack the defense. Walt Bell wasn't doing that. There was times when Walt Bell has a great game plan coming in. But the thing about the Big Ten, you have coaches out here who've been in the game forever. Alright, they're gonna find a way to slow you down. And with Walt Bell, when you slow him down, he looked at it as it's a challenge. Let's keep running it. No, motherfucker. call a better play, disguise, do something else. Whatever you do, stop going 3 and out. Well, Bell just never learned that. You saw with Florida State, it was the same thing I saw in Maryland, just stubborn play calling. Clearly it wasn't working. You keep going to it. Yeah, he might work here and there, but the chances are, even when he doesn't work, the chances just as highly as it being a turnover as it is a big play. That's the thing about what Bell plays. The ratio is just not too good for me, man. I never liked that guy. I never liked his play calling. Thank God he's gone. Good young coach, but he has a lot to learn in terms of play calling, in terms of play design, in terms of just knowing how to be a football offensive mind. Part of being an offensive coach is preserving your defense. Don't call the offense so fucking fast that if you don't move the chain that you're killing your defense. Well, Bell gotta learn that, because if you're ever gonna be a coach, ain't no defensive coordinator gonna put up with his ass with that kind of offense. Period. Alright? That's why I believe DJ Durkin wanted him gone. If Bell didn't go to that Florida State job, he would have been likely let go by DJ Durkin, because Durkin wasn't seeing anything better, especially against the better teams in the Big Ten. We was getting crushed because too many 3 outs against our defense. Guys were getting killed. Guys like Jermaine Carter, and Daco, all these guys we've had the last few years, beast. But these guys he wasn't showing it. We Top Nation know these guys were good, but most of the country didn't know these guys were great. Like Nakanu, nobody knew he was as good as he was. I knew he was good. I knew Jermaine Carter was good. I knew all these guys were elite, but nobody knew, because why? Our defense was out there so fucking much, and these guys, by the end of the fourth quarter, you don't even see them on film because they're tired. You see them running around the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, they're dead tired because it's too much. Big Ten, the guys are too big in the Big Ten for you to be out there too long on defense. It's just not going to happen. You're going to die. You're going to suffer. Your defense will suffer. All right? But back to what I'm talking about the Maryland Terps. Love everything about that offense. Free DJ Durkin. We need DJ Durkin. With DJ Durkin on this roster, if we free him soon, I can see us winning 10 games, only losing 2 in the regular season, probably dropping the ball game. I see us losing the ball game because we're not going to be ready. We're going to be too excited after a great season. But next year, that's when Maryland is really going to be competitive. I'm talking about top 15 in the country. Look for us to be in the national picture, because we're coming, people. We're coming. But this year, I got us going, winning 10 games and finishing the season ranking in the top 25. And with this game against Bowling Green, I watched them very closely against Oregon. Maryland better be careful, man. This team, like Maryland, like the old Bowling Green, like the Bowling Green team that beat Maryland in 2015, they're not as talented as that Bowling Green team. That's number one. This team right here is not anywhere as talented. That team was very experienced. That came to college back and whoop on us. They were a very experienced Bowling Green team. This team, not anything like it, whether in experience or talent. What they do have is the same kind of system, which is they put their skill players against yours. They're trying to isolate your guys against their guys and just run fly routes and just run around circles around you all day. So what Maryland got to do, I feel like Maryland got the athletes now on defense more than ever, especially that all 3 athletes. The guys were just running that very good. This year's team in the secondary, I have confidence against any receiving crew in the country, especially after we did against Texas. Texas has a very athletic receiving crew, and we dominated those guys for a full fourth quarter. Yeah, Connor Johnson is a monster. Some of those throws and catch, no one can stop. I don't even give a fuck. If it was the best cornerback in the NFL, you ain't going to stop Connor Johnson on some of those throws. Great coverage, just better catch. But I guess this Bowling Green team, they just don't have that kind of athlete. Guys who I feel like if Maryland is right there, they ain't going to go up and just make a play over the Terps. I see Maryland secondary coming up with more, maybe 1 or 2, 3 more picks in this game. I see our linebackers and our D-line really making a statement in this game, because I feel like they got eaten up in that game. Our linebackers were, they did. Trey Washington showed up. Davis showed up, but other than that, everybody else got eat up. You know what I'm saying? And our D-line, you didn't hear about nobody. Nobody really had a productive game. They had a good game. They had a containment game, but there wasn't like, let's go make a play type of D-line play. So this week, I'm waiting to see Jesse get in the backfield a little bit more. Get out to the quarterback. Brian Coward, I'm waiting for him to get in the backfield a little bit more. Get out to the quarterback. We're gonna see a lot more blitzing this week, but we gotta be careful because this Bowling Green team do have speed. They may not have speed all over the field. They do have 1 or 2 guys that can get behind Maryland if they don't be careful. You know what I'm saying? If Maryland get caught watching too much in the backfield, they will lose one or two plays will be over their heads. So watching this team against Oregon, the defense is, quite frankly, they're a little bit smallish. I like the speed in their linebacker crew, Bowling Green. I'm talking about Bowling Green. They look to be very fast on linebacker. Their secondary is very, I won't say experienced, but they got guys that have been playing a little bit. So, however, they're not really very talented. Watching that Oregon game, I saw a couple of times the Oregon guy just went right past them. And Maryland got athletes like that can go right past them. So if the Terps just come out, execute, take care of the line of scrimmage on both sides, pound these guys, we should be able to whoop these guys by at least 40. I really think we can go in there and drop 50 to 55 points on these guys on Saturday. So, and if that don't happen, it's cool. I just want to get the win and let's move on. You know, progressing. Let's keep progressing as we go by. But taking a look at the schedule, let me go back right quick and check this Maryland football schedule right quick. But taking a look at this schedule, I think Maryland can win. Like, I see us winning 10 games. The other 2 games, really, I see us losing Ohio State, because Ohio State is just too freaking talented right now. Next year, we probably can get them. This year, we're going to give them a fight, because I really think Dwayne Haskins is super overrated. I think if you catch Dwayne Haskins, you hit him a little, you start hitting him, the kid will start fluttering. He will start squeaking a little bit more, looking for contact. I've seen him play in high school. When you're playing against better competition, Dwayne Haskins was never as good as he was against the other teams in Moco. So he's struggling against the better teams in Montgomery County. Because why? They had a little bit more, they were crowding his feet. They weren't making him comfortable in the pocket. So I feel like Maryland have the athletes to where right now, if we play Ohio State this year, we're going to give them a problem, because we're going to get after Haskins. And quite frankly, we have enough skill on the secondary where we can match up with these guys a little bit. Now, next year, where Maryland really going to be experienced, a little bit more talented, more deep, Maryland going to be right there against any one of these teams. I'm going to say 60-40. Ohio State, Maryland next year. This year, I would say 70-30 Ohio State. Maryland is still a long way to go. But we're coming. We're coming, people. So I just need Terps Station to be very patient with this team. But I got us beating Bowling Green 55-17. You know, really putting a whooping on them. Then next week, Temple just lost to Villanova. So, but that Temple team last year was a very good Temple team. So Maryland got to be careful, because they might be a little bit more angry to make a point. But I still think that being at Maryland, I got Maryland winning that by 21 points. You know, Minnesota got a walk-on. Last year they had a walk-on and we destroyed them. So same thing can happen this year. I don't see that walk-on quarterback doing anything against our secondary. I just don't. So I got Maryland winning that 35-21 by 14 points. And then next week we have to go to Michigan. Now this game, I actually got Maryland beating Michigan this game, people. I was watching Michigan play against was it Florida or Notre Dame? That offensive line for Michigan wasn't impressive to me. They didn't impress. Shea Patterson is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. That kid's arm can throw. But he didn't have time. And that offense the play design just didn't impress me, quite frankly. Jim Harbaugh offense just haven't impressed me since being at Michigan. So I really believe if Maryland come in there motivated and undefeated, they're going to be ranked, highly ranked. And they're going to be out there ready to take Michigan out. So I got them beating Michigan by a touchdown. Alright? The following week, Rutgers come to town. And it's payback game for Rutgers team last year when they beat us with our 5th string walk-on quarterback. And I got Maryland winning this jump by 21. Alright, 35-7. Well, it wasn't 20, it was 28 actually. Initially I had it by 35-14. But after watching Rutgers with their freshman quarterback throwing 3 picks that week 1, and Maryland's strength being the secondary, I got Maryland winning that game by 21 points. Alright? Then the next week, Iowa. This is where I got Maryland losing. Our first game. Iowa is a very tough place to play. The crowd, everything about that place is very tough. Going in there, the city, everything about it is just, it looks boring, and then you get in the place, bam, it's loud. Going to the stadium, everything looks dry. Farms everywhere, a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of nothings. And then you walk in that stadium, 170,000 people ready to take your head off. So it's a very, very loud place to play. I got Iowa beating us in that game by a touchdown. It's going to be close in the 4th quarter, but their home crowd will be the difference for Iowa in that game. And the following week, I got Illinois coming to College Park on Saturday, October 27th. I got Maryland whooping them boys pretty badly. I got Maryland winning that one 42 by score 42-10. 32-point margin. That's a good whooping in the Big Ten. The following weekend, we got Michigan State. Now, Maryland's always played Michigan State very well. We've always played this guy outstanding. Like, played them very, very tough. So, with that being said, I got Maryland beating this Michigan State team in this game. Especially with the game being in College Park. Last year, we almost beat them. Last year, if we would have made a little bit more plays with a healthy quarterback, we beat that Michigan State team. This year, Maryland get it done with a healthy Kasim Hill and a healthy line, healthy D-line. Maryland get it done this week, this season by 3 points, a field goal. The following game is Maryland at Indiana. Now, this one, Indiana team, Indiana and Maryland always play tough games, so it's kind of hard to call this game. But talent-wise, I still think Maryland has the edge on Indiana, especially in skill position players and up front. So I'm gonna give Maryland the edge by a touchdown. It's gonna be a tough game, being the fact that it's gonna be at Indiana, but I still got Maryland winning this by a touchdown. Now, like I said, I got us losing to Ohio State. It's gonna be a close game with the fact that the game is gonna be in Maryland with Ohio State, and the fact that I feel like the Maryland gonna be very motivated, especially the juniors who remember doing Haskins doing what he did. So this guy's gonna be motivated to want to get after this kid, and I think Maryland gonna be very up for that game. But I just don't think Maryland have enough to beat Ohio State right now. So I got Ohio State getting out of College Park with a 17-point win. It's going to be close all the way to the fourth quarter, but Ohio State will score 2 late touchdowns to distance from Maryland from a 3-point game to a 17-point win. So it's going to be a close game. But the following week, I got Maryland going to Penn State and beating Penn State. A revenge game that I felt like Penn State went up to score on us last year in our finale. Guys checked out. Other than Remianing Carter, that was the only dude that was playing last year's game. Everybody else checked out. The whole offense checked out. The whole defense checked out, other than Remianing Carter. So Penn State ran up the score on Maryland, 66, whatever it was. They ran the score up, and this Maryland team didn't forget it. DJ Durkin didn't forget it. I know he didn't forget it. I watched him on the sideline. He wasn't happy about what Penn State was doing. So don't be surprised, Maryland going to Penn State. Whatever night, whatever situation Penn State might have going on with their fans being pumped up, Maryland going in there with their attitude and winning a game, a close ball game in overtime by a field goal. Alright? And that, to me, wrapped up the season. Maryland 10-2 football season. You guys, let me know what you think. I've watched this whole football team. I'm really happy about the depth in this team this year. I like the talent. I like the experience that we have in key spots. In the line, the left tackle, right tackle. We have 2 bookend tackles who, quite frankly, should be NFL players. And not just any NFL players, but long-time pros. That's in Gray and Prince. These 2 guys should be long-time pros, all right? And our right guard used to be our center, and he pretty much got like 40 stars underneath his belt. So our offensive line should be a strength for us going forward in the Big Ten. Should be a major strength for this team. And with that being said, if that offensive line do their part, Kasim Hill will destroy teams in this league. Will destroy teams this year, because my Canada offense is going to take advantage of our strength. Unlike before, when Bell wanted to just pretty much forced his offense upon other opposing coordinators, it's not going to work in the Big Ten when you're playing against coaches who've been in the game for too long. They've seen it all. So Maryland finally got an offensive coach right now who's going to design an offense around this team each and every week to attack a certain opponent we're going to face. So I'm excited about that. I'm super excited about the football season coming up for Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, I got Baltimore Ravens going 12-4, winning the AFC North, 12-4, 13-3. Winning the AFC North and having the best record in the AFC. With that being said, I got us winning the Super Bowl and beating the first I got us beating the Falcons, but now I'm gonna change my NFC pick, because watching the Falcons week 1 yesterday, they didn't look good. Matt Ryan, to me, looked like he's regressing, and if that's the case, it's not gonna get better, because, you know what I'm saying, the first game is where you really see guys come out and pump and ready to play, and for him to have that kind of a game, especially in the red zone, it's not very encouraging for me. So to me, it looked like he's getting worse. I don't know if it's age or something, but he's getting worse. With that being said, I got Baltimore playing against the Carolina Panthers. Yes, we're going to be seeing DJ Moore in the Super Bowl. His rookie year. So I got Ravens and the Carolina Panthers, and Baltimore pulling a 7-point Super Bowl win, 35-28. Alright? You guys, let me know what you think. Leave comments. I'm about to post this on my Facebook link and Twitter link, so all my Maryland fans can follow these. You guys, let me know what you think about the football team. I'm very proud of this team. Free DJ Durkin, let him come coach these guys. But really, in my ultimate Maryland dream, this is what I want. I want us to free DJ Durkin, extend him, give BD and AR extensions, go to St. Francis and see if Biff Poggi. Poggi, if he's interested in their coach, if he's interested in having an assistant position at Maryland football. If he does, Maryland will never lose out again on the top recruit, especially in Baltimore. That's a wrap. If he says no, then go to the math and ask their coach. Alright? Ask him like, hey, what are you interested in coming in here? And then let him know his sole responsibility is to make sure no top recruit locally leave the state. That's it. And if that happens, Maryland will win a championship within 2 or 3 years. And even if that don't happen, with the way we're going, I still see Maryland being a championship contender, like in the picture, within 4 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons, 5 seasons max. Alright? So, Terps Nation, you guys hang in there. Don't be discouraged. This witch hunt Espn story at the Dinich, we all know has been a lying asshole for all her life. He's never been a different. Bitch hate Maryland. It's cool. The Murphy, the MCNAIRs. Why? I don't want to go after the MCNAIRs because I know their mom is a genuinely loving woman. Alright? The lady is a genuinely loving person. But I do know MCNAIR's, Jordan's dad is after the money. It's just what it is. The man is after the money. I don't know what Billy told him, but these people saw money and he's after it. And he will do it. He's willing to throw Maryland on the bus. This guy went to have an interview on ABC where he's calling for Durkin's job less than a week or so before the story break, where he was out there texting Durkin telling him thank you for everything, your support throughout this whole ordeal. So to me, that is heartless. It's cold and it's despicable that any man, any father can do that, especially on behalf of a tragic death of their son. Alright? Jordan loved Maryland football. Jordan MCNAIR loved Maryland football. That kid, I don't care if Ohio State, any of those schools would give him a scholarship. He wanted to stay home. He wanted home. And I wish more kids would have that kind of love for their home school like Jordan had. So it kills me that that kid lost his life doing what he loves for the school that he loved. It kills me. And Maryland deserves to pay whatever money to make it right. But what this family is not going to do is ruin our school, ruin our football program, sabotage our coach, sabotage our staff, all in the name of them trying to make more money. You guys are going to make your money, rightfully so. Maryland did you wrong. If Maryland, you'll send your kid to go play football for Maryland and get an education, he came back dead. Maryland should pay for that. Alright? I don't care who's responsible. If anybody died in the campus, that school should be held liable. Period. I don't care if you die of natural death. That school should be paid. You should be held liable. I sent my kid there and this happened. Period. So I'm not mad about that. But what I'm not going to be allowed for them to do is sabotage our program and demands Didger Duncan's name. The guy's a great man. You people have met him. Stop going out there spreading lies about this man. At the Dennis, you lying whore. You lying bitch. I knew from the first day you released that stories I read it, I knew you were fucking lying. Cause why? I know Didger Duncan. I've met the man. Nothing that shit wrote was true. None of it. I don't even believe the thing about the weight room throwing. None of that shit. Cause I've met all those coaching staff. They're all good people. They all love Maryland. They're passionate about making this team the best team they can be in the Big Ten, being competitive against some of the behemoth that we'll be facing every fucking year. People, we're not gonna run away from Ohio State. We're not gonna run away from Penn State. We're never going to run away from those teams. Those teams with Michigan, we play them every fucking year. They're in our division. So if you niggas think Maryland going to be competitive with some cupcake ass coaches going to walk in here and tell guys not to do workout, not to work hard, you motherfuckers are deceiving yourself. This is a big man football. This shit is hard work. Yeah, it's tragic that a kid died. And whoever's liable, let them face the music. That's fine. But you're not going to sabotage DJ Duncan's name. This man loved these kids. He cared about these kids. Every one of those coaching staff love and care for these kids. And I guarantee you what happened with Jordan was a streak, purely accidental basis. Nobody is out here to hurt these kids. Nobody's out here to kill these kids. Alright? With that being said, go Terps, go Ravens. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Maryland. I got my Terps going 10-2. I got us losing the ball game, so that's why I said 10-3. But things can happen, you know what I'm saying? They could go 9-3 in the regular season and then win their ball game to make it 10-3. So either way, Maryland, to me, you guys can have a special season. You guys stay together, kids. You guys stay together. We're so proud of you guys. Real tough football fans are so proud of you guys. We that actually follow this team and put our money behind you guys, we know that Didger Duncan is innocent. So free the man. Will it slow? Free the man. Let's go get this Big Ten championship. All right? Go Terps. Beat Bowling Green.